Breaking news at 11 a.m. 16 people have been confirmed dead in the California wildfires as new evacuation orders continue to be issued. Fears are mounting that these massive fires will keep spreading. Amid the raging flames and suffocating smoke, even celebrities like Mark Hamill may have narrowly escaped with their lives, leaving their luxurious homes reduced to ashes. But what about those less fortunate? Their desperate cries for help are drowned out by the roaring inferno. Icons who once captivated millions now have their stories etched in the ashes of tragedy. This is not a scene from a movie, it is their harsh reality. Dallas Curry, a shining star of Hollywood's golden age, is now remembered not for the roles that once captivated audiences, but for the tragic way she passed amidst the Eaton fire. At the age of 95, Dallas took her final breath in her Altadena home, consumed by the flames that not only claimed her life but also erased the radiant legacy she had meticulously built over decades. On January 7th, the infamous Santa Ana winds swept through Southern California, carrying scorching heat and embers that ignited wildfires across the region. Among them, the Eaton fire emerged as a devastating force, destroying hundreds of homes, shattering countless families, and leaving behind immeasurable loss. Dallas spent her final years in peace with her family at her home, never imagining that this very place would become her final resting ground. Her granddaughter, Kelly, shared, "She always believed her home was the safest place." With a trembling voice, Kelly recounted, "She had been through so much and truly believed the fire would never take her home." As the flames drew closer, Dallas's family made numerous attempts to reach her, but every route to Altadena was blocked by the raging fire. In a desperate effort, Kelly and her family searched evacuation centers, calling out Dallas's name in vain, only to be met with silence. No one knew where she was. As the fire spread and temperatures soared, their hope gradually dimmed, and their worst fears began to materialize. On January 12th, after 5 agonizing days of searching, the devastating news arrived. Firefighters confirmed that Dallas's body had been discovered in the rubble of her home. Kelly and her family were escorted to the scene for identification, a moment Kelly described as beyond words. "The house was nothing but ashes," Kelly said, her voice trembling. "The only thing left standing was her blue Cadillac." What remains is a heartbreaking reminder of the life Dallas lived, a legacy of achievements, struggles, and the brilliance of Hollywood, now reduced to charred wood and collapsed walls. The death of Dallas Curry is not just the loss of a star, but a stark wake-up call. It underscores the importance of disaster preparedness and the growing vulnerability to the catastrophic consequences of climate change. "We pleaded for swift action, but nothing was done in time to save my grandmother," Kelly shared, her grief tinged with anger. This wasn't just a natural disaster. It was the result of neglect and a failure to respect the power of nature. Though Dallas Curry is gone, her legacy lives on in the hearts of her family. They are planning a special memorial to honor not just a Hollywood icon, but the soul of their family. "She wasn't just a legend of Hollywood," Kelly said. "She was the heart of our family, the one who guided us through our darkest times." The tragic loss of Dallas Curry serves as a profound reminder that we must improve disaster response capabilities and address the root causes of climate change. Wildfires are no longer just natural phenomena, they are the result of indifference and a lack of systemic action. "When I look at the ashes of my grandmother's home," Kelly shared, "I don't just see loss. I see a wake-up call that we need to do better to protect what we hold dear." Dallas Curry's life carried great meaning and inspiration. While her passing is an immeasurable loss, it also drives a call to action to change and protect what matters most. We must honor her memory by learning from the past and preparing for a safer future, Kelly said. This is a story of resilience and triumph against unimaginable odds. Born blind and with cerebral palsy, Rory overcame countless challenges in life and became an inspiration to everyone who knew him. But on one fateful day, he became a victim of a devastating wildfire in the Palisades area of Southern California, an event that left those who loved him shocked and heartbroken. Despite facing many hardships throughout his life, Rory could not escape the ruthless power of nature. His mother, Shelley Sykes, recalls the final moments with her son as the fire approached. Shelley urged Rory to leave the house and find safety, but he remained resolute. "This is where all our family memories are kept. I can't leave it behind," Rory told his mother, his calm words reflecting his deep love for the home they had built together. As the flames drew closer, Shelley rushed to the nearest fire station, placing their two beloved peacocks in her car. But upon arrival, the firefighters delivered devastating news. Rory had passed away, and their home had been consumed by the fire. Shelley could hardly believe it. Her son, who had faced so many battles in life, was now gone forever. When Shelley returned to the site of their old home, she was met with nothing but ruins. The photos, keepsakes, and memories they had shared were now reduced to ashes in the fire's relentless path. Everything they had built over the years was now just a heap of rubble. Yet despite the profound grief, Shelley stood strong with unwavering determination. "I will rebuild this house. I will make it better and more beautiful so Rory can rest in peace," she declared. Though the loss was irreplaceable, Shelley refused to let her hope be extinguished. She resolved to carry on, determined to honor Rory's life by creating a special memorial space within her heart and in the hearts of those who loved him. Rory's spirit would live on, and every action Shelley took would be a tribute to the courage, strength, and inspiration Rory had shared throughout his life. Rory Sykes was a man of remarkable resilience, born into a world full of challenges. His journey was a continuous battle against blindness, cerebral palsy, and the many obstacles life placed in his path. Yet he triumphed over those challenges, showing the world what it means to live with unwavering strength. Rory's story was not just one of personal struggle, but also a monumental achievement. Together with his mother, he founded Happy, a non-profit organization dedicated to supporting those in need. Through his influence, Rory brought positivity to his community, and his legacy of kindness continues to inspire. His life demonstrated that even in the face of adversity, one can create profound change and leave behind an enduring impact of hope and compassion. Though Rory's life ended tragically in the Palisades wildfire, his story remains a testament to the strength of the human spirit. The fire that consumed his home was an uncontrollable force of nature, erasing years of memories, but it could not extinguish the courage Rory displayed throughout his life. His legacy endures, reminding us of life's unpredictability and the fragile balance between human determination and nature's overwhelming power. Rory Callum's journey may have concluded in the flames, but his spirit, his charitable organization, and the lives he touched continue to serve as a beacon of hope and inspiration. The final chapter of his life may have been written by the fury of nature, but it will forever be remembered as a story of courage, perseverance, and unyielding love. Eugene Levy, beloved star of Schitt's Creek, will never forget the moment a fierce wildfire erupted in Pacific Palisades, turning one of Los Angeles's most prestigious neighborhoods into a wasteland. Levy's $3.9 million home was completely destroyed, but fortunately, he and his family narrowly escaped. Levy recalls waking up that morning, the soft light filtering through the curtains, unaware that his life was about to change forever. "I still remember the smell of morning coffee and the sound of birds chirping in the garden," he shared with the Los Angeles Times. No one could imagine that such a catastrophic disaster would strike so suddenly. As the fire spread rapidly, fueled by the strong Santa Ana winds, Levy received a frantic call from a neighbor. "We need to leave immediately. The fire is getting closer." He and his family hastily packed essentials, but stepping outside, they were met with a sky engulfed in thick black smoke. The quiet streets of Pacific Palisades had turned into chaos. "Nothing could have prepared me for that sight," Levy said. The sky was no longer a sky. It was just smoke and ash. The smell of burning was overwhelming, and I could only see a few feet ahead of me. In their desperate attempt to escape the wildfire, Levy and his family got into their car, only to discover that the roads out of the neighborhood were gridlocked with vehicles caught in a panicked standstill. "We were stuck in a line of cars stretching for kilometers," Levy explained. "Everyone was trying to flee the fire. The thick smoke made driving nearly impossible, obscuring visibility and blocking escape routes. We didn't know if we would make it out in time. I looked at my wife and kids. They were trying to stay calm, but their eyes were filled with fear. I felt utterly powerless," Levy admitted. One of the most harrowing moments came when Levy noticed a car ahead that had broken down in the middle of the jam. The driver, overwhelmed by panic, abandoned the vehicle and began running on foot. The sight only heightened the tension, as the stalled car added another obstacle to an already chaotic and dire situation. "In that moment, I thought, if our car breaks down, we won't stand a chance," Levy said. As the fire drew closer, roadside trees began to ignite, and the intense heat made the windshield of Levy's car feel as if it might shatter. "I thought this was the end," he confessed. "I had braced myself for that possibility. But just as despair began to take hold, a glimmer of hope emerged. Police and firefighters arrived on the scene, guiding the cars toward an emergency escape route. "I've never felt such gratitude as when I saw the flashing lights of the fire trucks," Levy said, his voice filled with emotion. "When we finally turned onto the escape route, I exhaled in relief. For the first time in hours, I felt a real chance for my family to survive." After escaping the danger zone, Levy and his family were evacuated to a shelter. It was there that he received the devastating news. Their home had been completely destroyed. "We lost everything, all the memories, all the keepsakes, everything is gone," Levy shared with deep sorrow. Despite the immense loss, Levy feels deeply grateful that his family is safe. "A house can be rebuilt, but life is the most precious thing," he said. "I thank the heavens that we survived." Currently, Levy and his family are staying with friends while they plan to rebuild their home. He has also become actively involved in community relief efforts, providing financial support and resources to families less fortunate. "So many people lost loved ones in this fire, I can't begin to imagine their pain. We need to support each other to get through this difficult time," Levy urged. Eugene Levy believes this experience serves as an important reminder of life's fragility. "We often think disasters happen to other people, but this tragedy has shown me that no one is immune to nature's power," he reflected. In the face of such tremendous loss, Levy's story stands as a testament to the resilience of the human spirit and the importance of unity during unimaginable crises. Mark Hamill, the legendary star of Star Wars, recently endured a harrowing ordeal when he was forced to evacuate his Malibu home as devastating wildfires swept through Los Angeles. Reflecting on the terrifying experience, Hamill shared his thoughts on Instagram, describing the scene as the most horrifying wildfire I've witnessed since 1993. That evening, Mark was at home with his family when he received an emergency alert urging immediate evacuation. Within minutes, he, his wife, their children, and their pets scrambled to gather essential items. We only had time to take the most important things, documents, a few cherished photos, and our dog, he recounted. As they drove out of Malibu, Mark navigated through thick smoke and flames just meters away, describing the moment as something out of an apocalyptic movie, except there was no script or special effects to soften the stark, frightening reality. The Pacific Coast Highway, usually renowned for its breathtaking ocean views, had turned into a nightmare. Fierce winds scattered ash everywhere, igniting small fires along the route. Mark recalled the tense moments when he had to stop and check if the road ahead was safe. Every second felt like a race against time, with the constant fear that we might not make it out, he shared. His wife, Marilou, clutched their dog tightly in the passenger seat, anxiously refreshing her phone for updates from firefighters. For Mark, this wildfire was a painful reminder of a similar disaster in 1993, when Malibu was also engulfed in flames. Back then, I was young and didn't have a family to worry about. But this time, the responsibility of protecting my loved ones weighed so much heavier on me, he admitted. Each moment on the road underscored the fragility of their escape, with every mile feeling like a small victory against the relentless blaze. Mark had called Malibu home for many years, a peaceful sanctuary away from the chaos of Hollywood, and he was deeply heartbroken to see the place he loved so much under threat. The places I cherish, the roads I've loved driving through are now scarred. I can't imagine how long it will take for everything to heal, he said, his voice heavy with emotion. Even so, Mark found comfort in the bravery of the firefighters and first responders. They are the real heroes. While we were fleeing the fire, they were running toward it, determined to save whatever they could, he expressed with deep gratitude. After reaching safety, Mark turned to social media to rally support for relief organizations and families affected by the wildfire. I know I'm lucky to be here and able to tell this story, but not everyone was so fortunate. Please, let's help them, he urged. Through his words and actions, Mark highlighted both his personal loss and the courage of those on the front lines, inspiring others to come together in support of a community in need. Mark's experience also highlighted the growing risks of climate change. I'm not a scientist, but I can see that these wildfires are happening more frequently. We need to act before it's too late, he emphasized. Escaping the flames will remain etched in his memory, not only as a difficult challenge he overcame, but also as a profound reminder of humanity's resilience in the face of nature's power. I don't know what the future holds, but I believe we can face it together. Let's turn these tragedies into a call to protect the world we love, Mark concluded. As Los Angeles faces some of the most devastating wildfires in its history, Mark Hamill's story stands as a powerful testament to the strength of the human spirit and the urgent need to address the growing impacts of climate change. Steve Guttenberg, best known for his role in the Police Academy series, became an unexpected hero during a devastating wildfire. Not only did he fight to escape the flames, but he also risked his own life to help others in their time of need. On that fateful night, an emergency alert informed Steve that an uncontrollable wildfire was rapidly approaching his neighborhood on Palisades Drive, a crucial evacuation route connecting Pacific Palisades to safer areas. As thousands of residents fled, the road quickly became gridlocked with vehicles, causing severe traffic jams. After gathering his essential belongings and leaving his home, Steve witnessed the chaos unfolding on the streets. Realizing that his own escape was no longer the priority, he decided to act. I had friends trapped on Palisades Drive who couldn't move because the road was completely jammed, Steve shared during a live broadcast on social media. In the midst of the crisis, his focus shifted from personal safety to ensuring others could find a way out. His actions that night were a testament to selflessness and bravery in the face of overwhelming danger. Instead of focusing solely on his own survival, Steve took action. He urged people to leave their car keys in their vehicles if they had to abandon them, saying, "If you have to leave your car, leave the keys. People like me can move your car to clear the road for fire trucks." Steve then walked along Palisades Drive, entering areas filled with thick smoke and an ominous red glow, tirelessly working to clear abandoned vehicles. There were moments when I couldn't see anything because the smoke was so dense, but I knew I had to keep going. Every minute could save a life, he recalled. In those perilous moments, Steve became more than just a survivor. He was a guide, helping others find their way to safety. His message was clear and selfless. Don't think about personal belongings. Save yourself and help those around you. Through his courage and quick thinking, Steve exemplified the power of community and humanity in the face of disaster, reminding everyone of the importance of standing together when it matters most. Steve's selfless actions inspired others to join him, creating a ripple effect of mutual aid within the community. Images of residents setting aside their fears to help clear evacuation routes left a profound impact, showcasing the power of unity in the face of adversity. After escaping danger, Steve continued his efforts by leveraging his platform to call for support for relief initiatives. Think of each other. Help one another through this. This isn't just a wildfire, it's a reminder of the strength in human connection, he emphasized. Steve also expressed his deep admiration for the firefighters battling the blaze. "They are the real heroes. Without them, we wouldn't have made it out," he said. Through his words and actions, Steve not only saved lives, but also highlighted the importance of compassion, community, and gratitude, serving as a beacon of hope during one of the darkest moments for his neighborhood. Steve Guttenberg's story is not just a dramatic tale of escape, but a powerful testament to courage and compassion in the face of adversity. While many focused solely on their own safety, Steve confronted the flames to save others. The memories of that night will forever live on in Steve's heart and in the minds of those who witnessed his bravery. Don't let this tragedy be just a painful memory. Use it as a motivation to build a better future together, he urged. His actions serve as a clear reminder of the importance of unity during the darkest times. Amid the chaos of the Pacific Palisades wildfire, Steve Guttenberg became a beacon of hope and humanity, inspiring others to overcome fear and lend a helping hand when it was needed the most. His story reminds us all that even in the face of overwhelming disaster, acts of selflessness and solidarity can shine a light on the path forward. James Woods, marked by the looming danger, meticulous preparation, and a serious reflection on the need for change in wildfire management, began his confrontation with the threat of fire with careful planning. Woods had taken extensive measures to protect his home. On his social media account, he shared, "We cleared all the brush, built escape routes on the hillside, and even installed a remote-controlled sprinkler system. I hope these efforts will make a difference." Despite adhering to wildfire safety protocols, the fire defied all preventative measures, advancing menacingly toward his property. The situation highlighted the unpredictable and uncontrollable nature of such disasters, underscoring the need for collective efforts and systemic changes in wildfire management. For Woods, it was a stark reminder of how even the best preparations can be tested by the relentless force of nature. Woods and his family had no choice but to evacuate immediately. In the darkness, thick black smoke blanketed the area, making driving perilous. Flames danced along the roadside, advancing relentlessly like an unstoppable force. We didn't have much time. I could see massive flames and it felt like they were chasing our car, Woods recalled. On the highway leading out of the danger zone, they encountered long traffic jams as thousands of others also attempted to evacuate. Navigating through this nightmare, Woods kept his social media followers updated, sharing images of the encroaching flames and urging people to act swiftly. "Don't risk staying, leave while you still can," he wrote, his words resonating with a sense of urgency. His update served as a lifeline for those in similar circumstances, illustrating the gravity of the situation and emphasizing the critical importance of taking immediate action in the face of such a devastating disaster. Unhesitant in expressing his views, Woods addressed the political and environmental issues surrounding the wildfire. When criticized for his skepticism about climate change, he responded firmly, "This isn't a climate issue, it's a management issue." He revealed that a major insurance company had canceled all policies in his area just months before the fire. "We did everything we could to protect our home, but the larger system abandoned us when we needed it most," he said bitterly. As the fire spread at a terrifying pace, fueled by winds reaching up to 100 kilometers per h, Woods and his family managed to escape the danger zone. However, the worry for neighbors still trapped in the area weighed heavily on him. "I know many families haven't been able to leave yet. Every minute they stay is a gamble with their lives," he shared after surviving the disaster. Woods' account not only shed light on the urgency and fear experienced during the wildfire, but also highlighted systemic failures in preparedness and support, emphasizing the need for actionable solutions to prevent such tragedies in the future. After escaping the wildfire, Woods continued to use his platform to raise awareness about the severity of California's wildfires. He didn't shy away from voicing his concerns about the root causes of the disaster. "We need to change how we manage forests and water resources. This isn't the first time, and it certainly won't be the last," he asserted. Although his statement sparked debates, it was undeniable that James Woods faced the wildfire with remarkable determination and adaptability. From thorough preparation and timely updates to leading his family to safety, he demonstrated resilience in the face of adversity. As the flames subsided, the lessons from that harrowing night lingered with Woods and all who witnessed the event. It wasn't just a wildfire, it was a stark reminder of humanity's vulnerability to nature's power and the urgent need for change. "We must act before it's too late," Woods emphasized, reinforcing the necessity of a more effective and sustainable approach to wildfire management. His experience served not only as a personal story of survival, but also as a call to action, urging individuals and policymakers alike to rethink their strategies in addressing these growing crises. Amid the pain and loss endured by many residents, James Woods' experience serves as a profound reflection on the struggle to balance human survival with nature's overwhelming power. The wildfires devastating California have not only sparked heated debates about climate change and natural disaster preparedness, but also highlighted stark social inequalities. Celebrities such as Kim Kardashian, Sylvester Stallone, and Kevin Hart have faced criticism for their actions during the crisis, with their extravagant lifestyles and resource consumption creating a striking contrast to the hardships faced by ordinary residents. This juxtaposition underscores broader societal disparities revealed during natural disasters, where privilege often provides a safety net, while others are left to grapple with the full impact of the devastation. Kim Kardashian, known for her wealth and lavish lifestyle, faced significant backlash after it was revealed that she exceeded California's water usage limit by an astonishing 232,000 gallons. Living in a $60 million mansion in a gated community near wildfire-prone areas, she has reportedly installed water-saving devices, but her actions underscore a troubling reality. The wealthy can afford to pay fines for wasting precious resources, while working-class residents, who lack such luxuries, struggle to conserve water amidst severe drought conditions. This stark contrast highlights the inequities in resource consumption and accountability during environmental crises, drawing attention to the disproportionate burdens faced by ordinary citizens compared to those with wealth and privilege. Similarly, Sylvester Stallone, a star with significant wealth, faced criticism for excessive water consumption in his luxurious neighborhood, while ordinary citizens were restricted from watering their plants. Stallone's violations of water conservation regulations resulted in hefty fines. However, as the wildfires approached, the situation took a dramatic turn. His home, along with countless others, was at risk of being consumed by the flames, leaving him powerless to stop the disaster. The firestorm threatening his property served as a stark reminder that even the wealthiest are not immune to nature's wrath. Despite having access to abundant resources, Stallone found himself as vulnerable as his less affluent neighbors, highlighting the indiscriminate and devastating power of natural disasters. Kevin Hart, renowned for his success in comedy and his influence, was also accused of excessive water usage during California's drought crisis. While his actions initially drew criticism, Hart quickly recognized the importance of resource conservation. He installed water-saving systems in his home and became involved in campaigns promoting the protection of natural resources. Although Hart was not directly affected by the wildfires, the emotional toll was evident as he witnessed his community's struggles. Using his platform, Hart actively called for support and relief efforts for those in need, demonstrating responsibility and compassion. His actions highlighted that even those untouched by the immediate impact of a disaster could play a vital role in supporting their community and fostering resilience in times of crisis. While these celebrities faced criticism for their resource usage during the crisis, their stories underscore a broader societal issue: the ability of the wealthy to shield themselves and their assets from natural disasters. Stars like Stallone, Kardashian, and Hart can afford private firefighting services to protect their homes from the flames. In stark contrast, ordinary citizens, despite adhering to water conservation regulations, lack such resources and are left far more vulnerable. They must rely solely on timely evacuation and often endure the heartbreaking loss of everything they've built. This disparity highlights the unequal impacts of disasters, where wealth can provide a safety net, while those without it face not only physical danger, but also the devastating consequences of systemic inequality in disaster preparedness and response. The disparity in disaster response has starkly exposed the deep divide between the rich and the poor. While the wealthy have access to superior measures to safeguard their homes, those less fortunate must struggle to survive with minimal protection. This harsh reality of inequality becomes painfully clear as wildfires devastate communities, leaving those without the financial means to hire private firefighting services to face the relentless flames on their own. For many, it is not just a battle against nature, but also a fight against the systemic inequities that leave them disproportionately vulnerable during times of crisis. After the wildfires, what remains is not just the destruction of homes and material possessions, but also a profound sense of helplessness. The realization that, despite immense wealth and influence, Even the affluent are powerless against the raw force of nature is a sobering truth. As the flames subside and survivors begin the arduous process of rebuilding, they are confronted with a challenging new reality they never anticipated, one where the sheer power of nature has irreversibly altered their lives. This shared vulnerability serves as a stark reminder that, in the face of such devastation, no one is truly immune. This disaster, though devastating, serves as a stark reminder of the urgent need to address systemic issues that perpetuate inequality. Whether through resource conservation, improved disaster preparedness, or creating more equitable access to protection and safety, the time for change is now. The survivors of this tragedy face not only the task of rebuilding their homes, but also the challenge of working toward a future where these disparities no longer determine who is safe and who is left behind in the face of nature's wrath. It is a call to action for systemic reform, ensuring that resilience and safety are accessible to all, not just a privileged few.